Hello everyone, it's Petko Alexandrov and I'm recording on the 20th of November 2020. The Bitcoin reached $18,800. Where was my target? Actually, the target was 18,790. I had an alert which buzzed me a little bit earlier on the email on my phone. And here I go, recording this super move, I can say again, from the Bitcoin, which continues higher. And as you know, when I have my take profit reached, what I do, I sell the cryptos that are on a profit, and I will go through my portfolio right now so you can see what I have. I will click on portfolio, and before I go through it, one thing I wanted to say more is that I think this move could be much stronger, and here are the strong resistance lines that I have from 2017. Let me go to the daily chart. End of 2017, where the Bitcoin stopped. Okay, here they are. So of course a strong resistance is expected there, and if the Bitcoin breaks above, well, there is nothing to stop it. Okay, there is nothing to stop it, no resistance. So we'll see what happens in there, but what I wanted to say is that if this is one move, boom, straight away, we will see some decent profits. And if you have followed my lectures so far carefully, I've said that it's a lot of money going in the Bitcoin right now, and not all the other cryptos did similar profits. Of course, some did more, like what I've shown with the DNT and the others. But now, simply what I will do, I will go through the portfolio. What I have right here, I have Tezos, Stellar, DNT, Civic, Earn Finance, which is on a profit. That's the first one probably I'll be selling. And we have Chainlink, some of the Chainlink. So this is one of the entries from the Chainlink. The other three I have moved to my wallets. We'll see just in a second if I will be selling it. Ethereum is on a profit as well. And let me bring my portfolio sheet that I have shared with you. So one improvement I did, because the portfolio grows, I have more coins now, more times I enter. Okay, if you remember the first time I started, I said that I have 10 entries, but now if you have followed all the lectures carefully, you will know that I have much more because the portfolio increased. I was able to buy more, and what I did, I stick to 600 euro as an entry, so I was able to buy many times and have many entries. This is what I have at the moment. The ones that are marked with the strike through are the ones that I have sold. And what I have improved in the sheet is that I put average prices on the right side, so it's easier for me because, for example, I have bought Link like 4 times, I have bought Tezos 3-4 times, and I want to know at every moment what is my average price. And for the Link, it is 2284 Bulgarian levs. So one more time, that's Bulgarian levs, guys. I will just move it to the side and you will see that it's super easy for me this way to see if the Link is on profit or not. So if I go just to prices and I will try to put it together, here it is. I'm sorry I'm speaking a little bit fast. I'm just a little bit excited that my analysis turned right again and the take profit was hit with very nice entries along the way. And at the same time, I'm going to sell some cryptos, and I want to record live while I'm doing it, while I'm selling some of the cryptos. That's why I might be speaking a little bit faster. Apologies for that. And let's see what we have. The Link is at the moment at 23.37. Average price is 22.84. So I'm afraid that I won't have a decent profit here. It will be a profit. I think I will have about 200 euro of a profit. Okay, plus minus 20-30 euro. And for one entry, 600 euro, to have about 50 euro, it's not really satisfying for me. I will keep the Chainlink. Okay, I will see If this move will continue higher towards these resistance lines, I will check if the chain link will increase, and then I would be happy to sell it. But to have just 200 euro of a profit when I have invested 4 times, which means 2,400 euro in Chainlink, I would prefer to keep it. Okay, it will be on a profit, but not the profit I want to see. So one more time, I'm happy to take 100 euro of every entry. So if I enter with 500, 600 euro, I'd like to have at least 100 euro of a profit. Okay, right here I have sold the Ripple, as I've said in the previous lecture, which is just fine for me. Again, I just reduced the risk after the drop we had a few days ago. So Chainlink, I will hold it, okay? I'm holding the link because I want to see bigger profits before I sell it. Then what I have, EOS average price is 447, and then what I have below, actually the price of the EOS just increased to 461. You see what a quick move right there from the EOS. However, still not enough to have at least 100 euro as a profit. Then I have Tezos 351 as an average price. At the moment, it's even a little bit lower, so I'll be looking to buy more Tezos if we have any dips and to have a better average price. The Ethereum 768 as an average price, and the Ethereum at the moment is at 837.74. Now let me go to the portfolio and I will click on the Ethereum and let's see if we will have over 100 euro. I don't think we will have because I do fast calculations in my mind, but I just want to show you one more time how I check what will be the payout. Okay, click on sell, sell all, and here is the payout. It will be 629.77. Okay, it will be a profit only of about 30 euro. Not enough to sell it, doesn't work. I will keep it. This is how you can check exactly how much you will be profiting. Okay, going back to the prices and to what I have as average prices. Here I am, Ethereum. So Civic, Misego, and DNT are these top gainers that I showed in my previous lectures that I'm kind of playing around with them, but as you see on the top, I did some decent profits with these guys, and at the moment they are on a small loss. They don't follow the Bitcoin. They are absolutely independent, I can say. There is much of a potential in these cryptos and I will keep them. As you know, I don't sell on a loss, so I'll just leave them in my portfolio. The Stellar is just at the same price where I bought it. And then we have the Earn Finance at 40,557, and at the moment this expensive crypto, I can say, it's at 47,250. Again, I don't think there will be a profit above 100 euro, but let me check it and you will see one more time how I do it. I click over it in my portfolio, I go to trade, I click on sell and I select sell all. Okay, payout is 600 euro 72.71. Okay, so again, I don't have 100 euro. One more time, I would like to have at least 100 euro of a profit. Now I can sell it, but as I said, I'm not really happy if I don't have at least 100 euro. So it's a little bit of a dilemma for me what to do right now, because as you saw, the Bitcoin reached the target. There are the two resistance levels on the top at the 19,700, 19,900. This is the zone that we have from 2017. This is where the Bitcoin bounced. And this time, a lot of analysis over the internet. What will happen at this zone? I don't ever try to predict and give you advices. I will never do that. But if you ask me, I find the Bitcoin very bullish after the coronavirus, and you can see what a bullish trend we have. So many entries. I'm super happy that my analysis are working. The take profit was reached. So if any of you have used the analysis recently and bought bitcoins but not the smaller cryptos like I did, I guess you will be doing more profit. But this is really the first time we see the Bitcoin gaining much more than the rest, and of course some of the cryptos did great gains. You can see what the Earn Finance did as well. The top gainers that I had, for example, the DNT. One more time, if I show you the yearly charts, you see 600% of a profit. Obviously the Bitcoin didn't do that much. However, this is how I do it, okay? I buy different cryptos to have a diversification in my portfolio, and I analyze the Bitcoin because obviously this is the player on the cryptocurrency market. Everybody's watching it, everybody's analyzing it, and the analysis work. It's up to you if you want to follow my system and buy the other cryptos, or you will be investing straight away in the Bitcoin. As you can see in the last months, that would be a very profitable approach. However, if you learn to do the analysis, you will be doing a good job. My portfolio is still rising. If I go to the yearly chart, you will see how it goes. This drop is because I moved the Chainlink to my wallet, and I guess I will be moving some more. But right now I have average prices that with most of the cryptocurrencies are just on a small profit. Just the Earn Finance is about 70 euro, which I will take advantage of it. Okay, let's sell the Earn Finance. The take profit was reached, guys. Of course, I'm happier if I sell on such profits that I showed to you with the DNT, but this doesn't happen every day. And I will just sell now the Earn Finance, and I'll be happy to buy it later on a better price. So let me click on trade, sell all. Let's see what I have. 672.56. Okay, 72 euro of a profit. Okay, 72 euro, 72 euro, not 100, but it's a profit. I will take it. I want to close that cycle on a profit, and definitely it is already on a profit because of these guys that I had here, the DNT, the Civic, the Ripple. One more time I've sold because I wanted to reduce the risk after this drop that I had the other day. However, Bitcoin still very bullish. But one more time, I find this candle here as a sign of weakness. And before that candle, I was very bullish, and I am still. I have in my mind like 70% the Bitcoin breaking these levels and 30% falling down. But before that candle, it was for me more of a 90% the Bitcoin breaking the levels and 10% going down. You know what I mean? I hope you understand what I mean here. It's just the chances this time the Bitcoin to break the 20,000 are higher compared to what we had in 2017. Okay, this is what I think, this is what personally I think. Don't take it as an advice, but one more time, after this candle here, after the drop we had with a negative move of 1,300, I find it as a weakness, and that's why I say now I'm not so much of 90% to 10, but I'm more like 70 to 30 that the Bitcoin will continue higher above the 20,000. As I said, this is one move. If it goes higher and it continues to 19,000, 20,000, or it comes to these levels, what I will do, I will check again the portfolio, and if any of the cryptos that I have are on a better profit, I will sell them. Okay, I will take the profit. Now you can see that I already have more balance. In my Euro wallet, I have sold the Earn Finance, and one more time, I have sold it with 72 euro and 56 cents on a profit. So what I will do right now, I will go to my sheet. Let me increase it. Okay, Earn Finance. I've written Earned Finance, sorry about that. Okay, Earn Finance. Bye bye, you're not anymore part of my portfolio. And here is the profit. I will just put it. Number 4, I have sold Earn Finance at the price of 47,000. Let me check what was the price, or what is the current price. It's 24,000 euro. And right here I cannot say it in Bulgarian lev, but I will just take the current price a few minutes later. That's not an issue. Where is this guy? Earn Finance. I will go to prices. It's not anymore in my portfolio. That's why I cannot see it. Earn Finance, 47,353. And my profit there was 72 euro and 53 cents. Is that right? Let me check one more time. Is it exactly? Here we go. 72 euro and 56 cents. Okay, 56 cents. 56 cents. Let's be accurate. Okay, here we go. So this is where I will end the cycle. And today is the 20th of November 2020. And what I do right now, I will just show you on the spot. I will just copy paste this sheet. I will remove all the guys that I have sold, so it will be just clear for me to see. This is on the new sheet, okay? Here they are. And you can see that I just marked in colors a few of the cryptos so I can recognize them easier. But I will keep just the average prices so I know where I have it at the moment. And this new cycle starts from today, the 20th of November 2020, and we will see until when. With the previous, what I can do, I will just remove the average prices and I can put total profit if I want. Okay, let's put it total profit from this cycle. Let's calculate what we have. We have 1,781.95 plus 553 plus 75.73 plus 72.56. Okay, what it is? 2,483.24 euro. Okay, that's in euro. Let me put euro here as well. Here we go. Okay, that's it, guys. I didn't put percentages here for these two. I will calculate them later. Don't want to make the video any longer. It's long enough for the moment, but this is how I switch from one cycle to the next one. These are the assets that I have at the moment. And one more time, I will just monitor the Bitcoin tonight, tomorrow, the next days. If it continues higher, I will just check my portfolio. If I have a decent profit, around 100 euro for any of the guys that I have in my portfolio, I will sell them and I will take the profit and I will look for the better opportunities. Okay, I'm glad I caught that example on the spot. I will upload the video very soon for you so you can check if you will have something similar. Hopefully you have selected more profitable cryptos and you've bought them on cheaper prices. If you have traded the Bitcoin, I guess it is even better in the last few months. If you haven't, no worries. There are always new possibilities out there. Or if you're just watching for the first time the course, the videos on YouTube, that's okay as well. Don't ever say to yourself, oh, I have missed it, why I didn't do it earlier. There are always possibilities on the market. The price pulls back, the cryptos fall. As you know, we take better average prices, we sell on a profit at one moment, and this is how I have built my portfolio from the beginning. If you are following it, you see from where it started and where it is right now. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you stayed with me until the end of the video. If you have found it useful, give it a like, subscribe to our channel, subscribe to our crypto channel, and I will see you in another video. Cheers!